as we come to really the conclusion of Magid, it's telling the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim, the Haggadah now tells us, after having gone through the entire story, Bechol dor vador chayev adam lir'osis atzmo ki'ilu hu yatzim Mitzrayim. In every generation, a person needs to view themselves as if they left Egypt. And then the Haggadah continues, Leficha chayev lahodos, therefore we are obligated to praise God. The Brisker Rav explains that this statement, that we have to view ourselves as if we left Egypt, is not just a philosophical statement, but really a halachic prerequisite to the next section within Magid, where we begin to recite Hallel, where we begin to sing our songs of praise to God. The Brisker Rav points out that the Hallel at the Seder is essentially different than the Hallel that we say during davening on other holidays. Hallel during davening is a Hallel midin kriya. It is a Hallel which is essentially a form of recitation. We are obligated, as a matter of normative Jewish law, to sing out to God as part of the order of prayers. This always happens in the context of a prayer service. It's recited standing, which is the usual posture of prayer, and it is essentially a halachic obligation of recitation. The Hallel at the Seder, the only Hallel of the entire year which is sung at night, Hallel which is said in a sitting position around the Seder table, he says is really a completely different Hallel. And this is a Hallel shel Shira, a Hallel of song. And then that song, the idea of singing out to God above and beyond the regular obligation of recitation, is born out of a sense of internalization of the need to give thanks to God. In other words, if we have not actualized the feelings of the Seder, if we have not, on a visceral level, experienced this as if we were there, we have no right to sing. Right? The singing is born of the experience. So therefore, at the culmination of having gone through the entire process of the Seder, we now are in a position where we can say that we need to view ourselves as if we left Egypt, and therefore, because hopefully we've had this experience through the Seder, we now have the obligation of singing Hallel. Right? And hopefully that experience, that transformative experience of the Seder, now puts us in a position where both halachically and psychologically that we are able to connect on a really powerful, visceral level to the need to sing out songs of praise to God for His kindnesses both historically and within the context of our own lives.